What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 75 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Scaff Stonebeard's Hell Cannon batteries fired at the last remaining forces of the Order of Lore Masters. It was pretty cool to see these guys in action. They may not be the most effective, but they are very fun to watch, especially in high numbers and doubled Ice-Forged Legion. It looks like the Order of Lore Masters are done for, and that means Scaff is free to do other things, which, well, we'll see what exactly we get him up to. We could send him up to Talak, but the endgame scenario approaches, and we should probably be careful about any additional wars we get ourselves into at this stage in the game, especially considering, based on the likes and comments of the previous couple of episodes, it seems that the interest in this particular campaign has unfortunately begun to wane, so we should try to move towards the end of the campaign and the endgame scenario. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, Zhatan the Black will, well, actually everybody will be moving, because that was pretty much the end turn last time, and yeah, we got a lot of moves that we can make, so lots of advancing pretty much everywhere. Let's begin then. First, we are going to, I guess, move Zhatan, because he's first on the list, and he should move first either way. To Bagar you go. I don't think you can reach Kasabar. No, you cannot, so we'll hit Bagar, and then we'll move, hopefully, to Kasabar after. If Zhatan can't reach Kasabar, it also means that the enemy can't reach us, so yeah, 29 lost to an auto-resolve, love it. If the auto-resolve says that you have the advantage, then you really have the advantage. Occupy as factory, yes, I'm now thinking that maybe we could use a couple of outposts, but meh. At least the territories that are going to be outside or near to the spawning of endgame scenario factions, they should probably be defended with a decent amount of factories. Other places may be better off as outposts if we require more raw materials, but we'll see once again. Anyway, let's continue advancing fast as we can. Let's see, Yobaz, you're sieging Khemri, and you know what, you're going to continue sieging Khemri. I'm thinking that they're probably going to sally out, so we should get a nice big battle out of that. Thrunbaj Unzaled, you're heading out to Zufbar, so you're going to jump over this, head to Grand Peak, or through Grand Peak, I suppose, and hit Zufbar as fast as you can, because we'll need to fortify it, as I believe Zufbar, well, in fact, I'm sure that Zufbar will spawn as another faction during the endgame. Tordrek Drakekiller, you, I believe, we're going to destroy Belagar's army. There's not much here, is there? Yeah, there's basically nothing here. It's okay. We'll fight a full stack here and probably at Xerixil by the time we get over there. But it's not worth our time taking out Belagar in such a weak form as he currently is. The artillery would have probably just destroyed him without too much trouble. Certainly not worth a big fight. Well, we can jump Overseer Traino up there, or we could, if we were to declare war right now, we could have Overseer Traino attack Felix van Volkovan in, while he's in march stance. This may be a decent time to do it. You know what, that's what we're gonna do. So, you're going to attack Belagar. Just auto-resolve this real quick, you should be able to heal to full anyway. And, oh wow, that's a lot more damage. Okay, we wouldn't have taken, really? We wouldn't have taken any damage at all fighting this game? What are you talking about? Why are you like this? Occupy his factory. Alrighty, Migdal von Galbarak, we do not need that building there. We can, however, keep the weapons workshop, because obviously. And do we want the production plant here? You know, hold off on it. I think we have better places to build. I just want to double check what we got in Bagar. Oh, we got nothing in Bagar. Well, well, no, we can't build a gem refinery. We will start on that factory guardhouse, though. And we may as well upgrade Antok as well. And get those defenses up and running there. You know what? Just start upgrading Bagar. And just do it. And more refineries, or rather gunsmiths, rather. Still have to have these bloody everywhere. It seems like we're making a lot of our armaments, but this is gonna drop down to 0 so quick. We're probably, I don't know how much we need, I haven't calculated it, but this is nowhere near enough to activate all the bonuses on all of our armies, which we will want for the endgame. Drajueth, I don't know whether you were next in line in terms of the order of who was moving next, but you're moving now, so you can keep going over there. I wonder where this army is gonna go, though. I'll resolve this, and occupy this factory. Actually, it doesn't really matter what we occupy this as. Are we going to trade this one away? Yeah, we're probably going to trade this to the Pirates of Sartosa. We don't really need this territory, I think. You can get rid of this, though. Oh, although... I mean, if we take everything but Argalis, I'm just wondering if we could trade something else, or whether we care at all right now. Just hold on to it for now, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, if we're going to declare war on these guys, we may as well do it right now. So, who are you at war with? You're at war with Throg, yes? Yes, so we'll ask Throg to join the war against the Golden Order. And the reason I'm doing this, even though it's not crazy advantageous to do so right now, is just because I feel like... they're going to declare war on us anyway. I personally think it's inevitable, so we should probably just attack them preemptively instead, rather than let them do what they want. Oh, there's a Emperor's Wrath steam tank there. Neat. Wait. Huh. How did he get that? I'm just thinking back to my Karl Franz campaign, and I don't believe that thing is an option. I gotta look into that. And they're different versions of the game, mind you, so that probably has something to do with it, at the very least. Anyway, you are going to then head out to C2 Matorka, if you can land here. There we go. You're gonna go past the island. You're gonna go past it, yes, but you're not going to enter the island. Auto-resolve this. Nice, and occupy this factory. Lovely. The war has begun, and we should be able to make some very quick gains. Overseer Vargash, you should be following... well, then go to the shipwreck first. You can follow in March Stance or something else instead. What do we have here? Explore the island? Who knows? What if we get another materials at sea? I doubt it from these basic forces, but, you know. Let us... It doesn't matter. Transport captives. Alright, hey, you got perfect vigor. That's not bad, if nothing else. You gotta be kidding me. What the heck is going on? I don't think I've ever been as lucky with materials at sea as I have been in this particular campaign. It's bizarre. The overseers are also the ones doing it rather than the main lords, which is kind of funny. But well, I'll certainly take it. Can these guys reach Karakangazar? No. I guess the question is which of the overseers we send to follow Drajan. It's probably going to be you. Vargash, you can just move up to Karakangazar and then take it out next turn. That's still our territory. Yes, yes. Just stay in our territory so that you can heal up a little bit. Then we have to make sure that this guy dies, or else he'll attack these guys, and he does have a full army. So we're going to level up Mr. Traino, the one of the best names so far. What do you have, by the way? You have lots of lucky lackeys, and that's why you have lucky lackeys in here. So you don't need any more of these upgrades. I guess you can get survivalist. Then your spellcaster is maxed out. He lacks the 3rd level of mentor. He lacks bandolier. I guess I'll just get a mentor. It doesn't really matter. He'll never run out of ammunition anyway. Alright, and we're gonna fight this one. It should be a difficult time, mostly because we're primarily a Gabo army. Pyrrhic victory, medium, that's what I like to see. And the enemy isn't ambushed, but we do have access to all of our abilities. So if we make good use of those, we should be fine. Here we go. Man, I can never decide whether I want to know what the heck they're saying, or maybe it's best not to know what the Chaos Dwarfs are saying, because it's probably horrific in one way or another. Anyway, here we go, the beginnings of the war against the Golden Order. A little bit sudden from us, perhaps, at least from their perspective, but once again, I stand by the need to preemptively attack them before they attack us. Frankly, the Empire is probably going to attack us as well, but I don't think that there's really anything we can do about it, but hopefully we can weaken them enough by weakening their allies that our own allies will destroy them. I don't really need to deal with the Empire, especially considering how far we'd have to go away from our own territory. Anyway, time to begin the actual fight here. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. A Wrath of Zharr coming down in the enemy great swords, the biggest threat on the field, I guess, other than the mortars, and those only 2-hour infantry. Well, to be fair, we have quite a bit of infantry in the hobgoblins here. But anyway, we're going to begin the battle by summoning our units of Khedai Fireborn on top of all those enemies. And there's a purple son of Zharr coming in as well. I've never gotten a lot of mileage out of this spell, to be perfectly frank, but, you know, it's better than nothing as it is the vortex that we have here, and it does seem to be doing at least some damage. In fact, out of curiosity, while this thing is up, you have 113 kills and 15k damage, though I'm willing to bet at least, I don't know, 3k maybe, is due to the Bale Taurus Breath, and I believe I also used a Spirit Leech on probably the enemy lord at this point. I know I used the Spirit Leech on something, but I don't remember if I hit the right target or not. Anyway, let's continue. And the spells continue to come down, and there's that Doom of Hashut as well. And we're going to follow that. Oh, there's the Spirit Leech on the enemy lord. And we're going to follow that up with another cast of the Dreadquake Mega Mortars. All this is hopefully good enough to distract the enemy while our goblins approach. And it looks like the damage is already pretty darn severe. The goal here was to delete the enemy mortars and prevent them from really achieving anything and killing our poor fragile gobos, and I think that should work quite nicely. Speaking of gobos, here come our vanguard deployed hobgoblin wolf raiders rushing out of those trees and getting ready to hit the enemy in the back, though once again we're going to be focusing down those mortars as best we can. Alrighty, and it looks like the Khedai Fireborn are finally down. We, I think, have a second Spirit Leech maybe coming down onto the enemy lord. Just gonna keep spamming that Spirit Leech while the enemy gets hit from multiple directions. There we go, and a secondary purple son of Zharr as well. Not so much because I think it'll do a lot of damage again, but just because we don't really have much in the way of other options. I did pop a Fate of Biyuna, I believe, on one of the knight units, and it did get hurt. This is the one, I believe, that was hit by it, but it wasn't quite enough, and I wasn't willing to wait for another use of the Fate of Biyuna. Let's see, the Huntsman General is at about half HP, so a couple more Spirit Leeches will take him out. In fact, we're going to speed up the process a little bit by moving our Overseer Traino, and I can't help but laugh every time I read that name. Alrighty. Well, it looks like the enemy knights are giving chase to our wolf raiders, who are going to do their best to book it on out of there, and hopefully the enemy will be forced to follow them and not dish out too much damage. Of course, the infantry is doing the same, but they are going to get absolutely ripped apart for trying. Now, it looks like we found the enemy lord with Overseer Traino. Another unit of Khedai Fireborn has been summoned on the unit of enemy greatswords now, but of course, they are summoned units, so what the heck do we care about the damage to them? And besides, the mortars that they've been summoned on top of, regardless of the great swords, will probably be destroyed, and we also don't care about dropping spells on top of our own summoned units. Huntsman General is shattered with very little HP remaining. Here come our gobos as well, ready to help out. Another mega mortar barrage coming in, or coming down on the enemy, and with that, the battle is ours. Barely even had to use or make use of our goblins here, so it certainly, I think, works. This also means that the enemy will not be able to attack us in reprisal, and I think this was a pretty good use of a follower army, an overseer army that was never meant to directly fight against full stacks like this, so I'm pretty happy with the result. Alrighty, there we go, no problemo. Unfortunately, I forgot to chase down all the enemies, just clicked end battle, so our captives are pretty minimal here, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We have, I guess, to get the captives nonetheless. Alright, and you got yourself Gambler's Armor. You won't be holding on to that. I will once again figure out all the item swapping when we reach the end game scenario. No, damn, too bad you can't move to Karakangazar, but I guess you're supposed to follow Tordrek around because you're his You're his overseer, though I guess the question is whether we send... Well, now, Tordric has to go to Karakern, doesn't he? Take out their next main territory, so I think we'll march dance you all the way over here, right beside Overseer Vargash, and then Tordric will most likely jump or underway stance up here to Hearn, and then you'll underway stance to him, though I suppose if Alaric goes here, we won't be able to risk Traino getting intercepted, so we'll have to modify that a little bit. Anyway, let's see who needs to move next. Gorth the Cruel... No, you're waiting for your army to be ready, so you're fine. Astragoth. Now, we are not at war with the regular Imperials, but honestly, if these guys take Kappelberg, this might be a good opportunity for us to attack them. So we're gonna pop you right here. Good, sir. Although, what if they go for Zavastra as well? You know what? Go here, right beside it. And we'll see how we react to that. Wolfenburg, you have decent defenses for now, even if they do declare war on you. Though I suppose, yeah, you know what, we'll move Overseer the Black there, at least for now. Though we may swap out how we deal with it. He does have a sorcerer? Yes, he does. Okay, so that's just fine. I also wanted to trade Fort Jakova to these guys last time. We may as well do it right now. Fort Jakova. We have enough to be getting on with. Let's do that. And I'll probably give them some money as well at the end of the turn, depending on how much we have left over after the after all of our stuff. We're getting 100k gold per turn, so we could just build 100 armies. Well, maybe not 100, but a lot of armies, especially the cheap overseer kind of armies. Just cover the land, but honestly, that just seems like tedious and unnecessary at this point in time. As far as I think the end game is going, I think we've essentially already won. We just need to beat the end game scenario. It's not like anybody can stand against us. We have just too much on the map. Anyway, Star Taker, you're gonna move to Essen. In fact, wait, what's the best way to do this? You were just a summoned army. These guys might attack us here. Okay, so what we'll do is Kigal, you're gonna go right here and ambush outside of Essen. And I guess we'll use Raider Startaker to follow you. Also go out into ambush outside of Essen. Recruiter the Breaker, you have to return to Kislev where you are recruiting. And the rest of that looks good to me. We may trade a few of these other places, although we might keep Ostermark as a main territory. I'm not sure. It depends. If we keep Sylvania, then we should probably also keep Mordheim. But I think everything outside of this, we're just going to raze to the ground, not even bother taking it. And if our allies want to occupy it, well, that's their business. Though it would, or we could just trade it there. I'll think about it. Either way. The problem with trading is that your ally is likely to lose territory, and when it loses territory, then the enemy gains it, whereas raised territory makes it less likely for the enemy to actually retake it. For whatever reason, the AI doesn't like occupying ruins nearly as much as it does occupying territories. But anyway, Overseer, Grimtideson, and the Mad Hatter, you're up next. I believe you should have no problem at Ekrund, as there are no defenders there, or basically no defenders there. Yeah, low casualties even without the other units, so together. And strike, auto-resolve. Looks like nobody will die here, and yeah, barely any damage as well. We're going to... well, we could raise it for the raw material, 2.5k. Yeah, it's not bad. Raise like so, and then you can occupy it. And the Mad Hatter, looking like he wants to travel very far away. Colonize his tower, please. Alrighty. You had to go real far, didn't you? Mr. Mad Hatter. Maddie, I'm gonna call you Maddie. Alrighty, Ekrund, we will build you up in a little bit. Well, you know what, let's just make sure that we have the Fane Guard and the prototype Mega Mortar up and running. The other stuff is incidental, or it doesn't really matter nearly as much, let's say. We also probably want to trade for Dragonhorn Mines from these guys, because I want this entire territory, but we can give them Stormhenge and Gorgazan for their trouble. Anyway, that was Overseer Grimtideson and the Mad Hatter, so let's find them next. They should be down here somewhere. Vargash, Traino, Mad Hatter, Recruiter Hammerfist. You are not the main recruiter here. The main recruiter is Sundry, so you can just stay here for now. You'll obviously be trading these guys to an army, but we'll give that some time. At Namtar, you're waiting for your additional troops, and you'll have your bully army ready to go soon as well. More proper army than you had before, since we have to reward you for all those materials at sea. I can't believe we got another materials at sea. I almost have to wonder whether the Chaos Dwarfs in particular have a higher chance of acquiring materials. Let's see, I doubt it, but, you know, who knows? Possibility is there. Alright, who else do we have? Naboa the Petitas, you got one more turn until your army is ready to go with your Sword of Cain, so you can enjoy yourself. Gusark, I guess you can take Needling, and what, immediately trade it away? Can you even take it? I actually have to wonder. Pyrrhic Victory, but this is, yeah, sure, how to resolve it. And we're probably not going to keep Needling, so you know what, just raise it. Erase all these territories. You're going to be deleted now because you are just a randomly summoned army. We don't need you and you can't hold items anyway. Tech Thief done. You are no longer in need of Tech Thievery because we will be completing all of our tech soon, so you could just run around here. And I just want to make sure that there are no armies that we didn't see nearby. Yeah, I think starting at Needling will make a huge, like, ruin territory. We'll keep the mountains all the way to Carrick-Herne and probably keep Fort Saul, though. Oh, wait. If it's anything like the Bastion, we won't be able to make use of it, will we? It's just garbage. Yeah, so we'll probably just make it a ruin as well. And if the Skaven or somebody else wants to occupy all that, then they're welcome to. I guess the question will be whether we should occupy Carrick-Azor, because it'll be right beside the Wood Elves here, although... and again... If we could get the Wood Elves, as in more Wood Elves, I should say, to fight the Imperials, that would just be fantastic. What do you want to declare war on the Empire? I think I tried this before and they weren't willing to... Wait, where the heck is the Empire? Golden Order. Oh, we're not at war with the Empire, so we can't get you to join it. Alright, fine, how about a Golden Order? 57. Okay, well that's, it's a lot. It's a lot. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't have enough money to pay them off specifically to do that, but oh well. Let's keep going through you guys. Raider, Hargrimaz, Overseer... Wait. Did I... Nope, we're fine. I was wondering if I missed somebody, and I don't believe I did. Just Tech Thief duns, and they are duns, so they don't need to be moved. Alrighty, let's build the buildings such as they are, though not many of them remain at this point. A great kiln of Hashut for you, and the Temple Guardhouse for you as well. Max yourself at Blightwater, you're up next. Yes to money, even though we don't really need it. And I guess yes to Sorcerer Prophet's Estate, though... Huh. We could actually, if we wanted to, delete this here at Carrick Asgal because we're already maxed out. It's not really needed. Hey, no, just delete it then. Recover at least some of our raw materials, considering we don't have a lot of them. All right, then we got upgraded buildings to be built here, and more, always more gunsmiths. Otherwise, what were we building in these places? I guess just ash levels everywhere. Probably ash levels everywhere. Ash levels it is. And then I guess we'll go Tower Roads, we'll go Tribute Collectors, and Great Kiln of Hashut, yes, and Fire Enclave, yes. I'm honestly building these two mostly just so that we don't have to constantly look at them every turn, because it makes it more of a hassle to take a look at. Oh, you're done. Billowing Smokestacks for you. I should really take another look at the commandments everywhere. Not that our public order is problematic, mind you, but as I understand it, it will become more problematic over time as the Curse of the Sword of Cain continues to add negative public order to us. So yeah. Anyway, you are going for a weapons workshop, and everything else looks good here. Jungles of the Gods, I should say. You're up next. Let's go for that Overseer's Tower. We will build the Wolf Tamer here, Caverns of Sotek. We're keeping the Hobgoblin Bivouacs here for now. And Dreadquake Megamortar, yes to you, and Tribute Collectors, yes to you as well. Might as well build the Monster Pens, and then... what do we not have here? We could get the public order building the patrol routes. I don't know if it'll be necessary, but we'll just do it. We have plenty of ash levels everywhere anyway. Nanchang Basin, tier 4 and tier 4, and are you maxed out? Yes, you are, which means you no longer need Masterful Architects and can switch to Billowing Smokestacks. Red Wastes, you are nowhere near done. What were we gonna build with you? Let's see, we have pretty much everything here. We don't need the Mega Mortar here. I guess this is a decent candidate for a Temple of Hashut for the extra Winds of Magic power reserve capacity, so we'll probably build that there. Just do it now. I know that we have other places where we can spend the raw materials, but I just don't want to see it again, so... We'll do it immediately. And you can also, I think, actually switch to Billowing Smokestacks as well, can't you? Yeah, I just switched to it. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, Southland's World's Edge Mountains. Yes to the armament assembly, yes to the money, yes to the defenses, and Lost Plateau, I guess you're going for an Ash level. Yeah, Ash level for you. Blood River Valley. Ooh, a port. Always nice to pick up. And let's get the public order. Let's upgrade Doc Karaz. Let's upgrade Barak Dawa's bag. And let's get those defenses up and running ASAP, especially now that we're near to the Golden Order and will thus probably be fighting them. Crooked Fang Fort. You also have one of these Sorcerer Prophets towers, which is also probably not necessary. Although I do have to be careful at this point of not deleting too many of these things. Though I think we're still at 50, right? Yeah, we're still at 50. Well, 49, but you can't actually get 50 for whatever reason. Max seems to be 49. Alright, fine. Devil's Backbone, let's delete the... Oh. I forgot where we were looking at. That was Crooked Fang Fort. Although, you know what? This is kind of near to where fights may happen, so what if the casualty replenishment rate here could potentially be useful? Probably not crazy useful, though. Nonetheless, get rid of it. Yeah. Alright, Devil's Backbone, you're up next, and let's get you money. Kingdom of the Beast, we're nearly out of raw materials. In fact, we're completely out of raw materials now. Still need to build defenses around here, though. All these new factories will require the... their defenses, you are at tier 5 there, Haunted Forest, which means you can go to Billowing Smokestacks as well. Looks good. Jungles of Tzeentch, let's get you your Fire Enclave and your Ash level, and you are not quite maxed out, but let's get the Sorcerer Prophet's estate here, because it's the Jungles of Tzeentch, and I'm disinclined to remove that from the place, as it seems. Right, lava fields for you, and I guess an Ash level as well, though... You know what? Maybe in main territories we just start building Temples of Hashut rather than Ash levels. Because we're building Ash levels in factories instead, so it's not like we need the additional capacity, but extra magics is always nice. Another manufacturing complex for you, mostly because we can. And let's see, Kislev, yes to maximizing your defenses. Heart of the Jungle, another Ash level, I'm almost tempted to delete it and replace it with a Temple of Hashut here. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna delete you. Don't need it at the main territories. Let's get a gold smelter for you, and definitely defenses. Castle von Rauken. I'm probably not going to keep you, just gonna trade you to these guys or somebody else, so I'm just gonna ignore you, but I'm not going to ignore the main building here, though... I guess we'll build the lava fields, we'll build the demon smithy, and then we'll see what we have room for after. Western Badlands, you're kind of in the same situation. Build the lava fields, build the demon smithy. And that is it for what we have money for. I missed and didn't exit and didn't hit the demon smithy. There we go. Let's upgrade you. Let's upgrade you. And then let's move towards next turn. Wait, where are we here? Okay, we have no space to build anything here either. Forest of Gloom, it's okay. And hey, we're nearly at the end of this anyway. Numas, defenses please, and Agrul Migdal, you are going to actually be traded to the Exiles of Khorne. Now, before we end the turn, two things. Thing the first, you are going to get, let's say, generous gift. Generous gift. Just a few of these, so he has a little bit more money. 10k, not bad. There you go, Throggy. Enjoy. Build some armies off of that, would you? You know what? Let's give him one more generous gift. The last time we gave like 40k to Tzeentch, so it's only fair. There we go. That was a significant loss of money, but who cares? That'll mean more army for Throg, and hopefully he can do some stuff without us having to babysit him. As siege equipment where? Oh, this, right. Oh, as soon as we end the turn, they're going to sally out, which means we'll probably have to end the episode here. Or, well, I'll end the turn just in case they don't sally out, but we obviously won't have time to fight this thing. Skip, skip, skip. Here not moved, end turn. But I am hoping they do sally out, because I was expecting a big epic battle out of all that. Alright, Scarby, you want us to join war against the Cult of Sigmar? No, you can keep fighting them yourselves. I have no designs on their territory, to be perfectly honest, at this stage in the game. Bit late for that. Or at the very least, we may send a couple armies out there, or maybe an army out there. And yes, indeed, they will sally out with Cetra. They've got Hyro Titans. They've got all these Ushabti with Great Bow and Screaming Skull Catapults. They've got tons and tons of good stuff. And we don't have the Dreadquake Mega Mortar nearby. We just have Goblins, so this is going to be a great fight. We are, however, going to have to save this to next episode, so I am going to call the episode here, as this fight will probably be long enough to take like half the episode, so I'm going to have to give it some proper time. Anyway, stay tuned for more Zhatan, and the advancement everywhere will continue next time, as well as possibly some reprisal attacks from the Golden Order, but we'll have to see. All glory to the algorithm, likes and comments, and thanks for watching.